Hello and welcome back to my Kawasaki ZX7R project. Things are really flying along now. Now that I've got the frame and the swing arm back together, I need to finish replacing the bearings on the headstock and give the rear suspension linkage a decent clean and fresh bearings. Now I want to be working with clean parts, so I start by giving the linkage a good clean up in the parts washer. I took out the last bolt that holds the tie rods on and I set them aside. Then I started to remove the inner sleeves to inspect them. I wiped away the excess grease and removed the dust seals. Laying it all out, I had a proper look at the condition of all the components. The knuckle itself could do with a clean up, and the bearings inside will be replaced for my peace of mind. From what I could see, the sleeves aren't available anymore, but these are still very smooth and there's no scoring or notches. The dust seals had light corrosion, and these are nice and cheap, so I ordered a replacement set. I used the sockets in the vise method to draw out the single bearings, which worked nicely. Though I had to resort to a puller for the middle ones, as there's one on each side. I gave the knuckle itself a good clean up with an abrasive mop in the drill, and then got started on the tie rods. The original finish on these was looking pretty tired, with a fair amount of surface corrosion, so before I could give them a new finish, I sanded them down to bare metal ready for plating. I gave the rest of the hardware a quick sandblast, and then set the zinc plating kit up on the workbench. I started by giving the parts a soak in the alkaline cleaner. After a good rinse in deionized water, they go into an acid dip. This gets rid of any last soils on the parts, and it slightly etches the surface ready for plating. Spraying them with water is a good way to tell if they're clean, as the water runs off and doesn't bead. After a final rinse, they go into the plating tank. Now I suspended them from a copper pipe here, which I connected to the negative lead from the power supply. The positive lead connects to the 4 zinc anodes that are suspended in the tank. I slowly increased the current until I could see tiny bubbles starting to form on the parts, and then switch on a small aquarium pump to agitate the solution. This helps give an even plate on the parts. After about 20 minutes, they plated nicely and are ready for passivation. This gives additional resistance against corrosion, and it can apply a colour to the part depending on how long you do it for. I've just gone for clear with these, which takes about 10 seconds. I add these to the parts I've already done, and then I leave them overnight to fully dry. Here's the swing arm pivot bolt from the last video. Of course I had to do this in 2 halves due to its length, but it actually came out quite well. The tie rods were the last pieces, and they came up great, so it's time to lay everything out ready for reassembly. Does anyone else get really excited by this bit? I lightly greased the inside faces to help the bearings go in. I used my trusty threaded rod and sockets to draw the middle bearings in. I'd already packed the bearings with grease, so I put some on the sleeves ready to go back in. I started to fit the dust seals, although I probably should have put them on after the sleeves, as they did quite a good job of removing 90% of the grease as they slid in. Still, there was plenty on the bearings, so I'm not too worried. I wiped everything down, and then it was time to fit the tie rods. Well, compared to what it looked like before, it's certainly looking miles better. I raised the frame up so I could fit the freshly restored linkage. I just span the nuts on for now, and I'll tighten them up once it's back on the ground. Like before, I gave everything a good test to feel for anything wrong, but it all felt great. The peace of mind this gives me to know I've gone through all these bearings and plated all the hardware, it's going to keep the bike sweet for years to come. I got a call from the powder coaters to say the subframe was ready to collect, so before I could go and get that, I needed to sort out the mounting bolts. I blasted them to remove the corrosion, zinc plated them, and gave the bolts the gold passivate finish and clear on the nuts. Well, here's the subframe, and I think it's come out great. I spent quite a while with the guy trying to work out the best match for the frame grey original colour, and I'm really happy with how this has come out. I took it over to the frame and offered it up, sliding in the freshly plated bolts into place. With a couple of short bungees, I suspended the swing arm from the subframe so that I could lift it all over to the floor. This is probably the last time I'll be able to lift this bike like this. With the frame supported by my front stand / IKEA folding chair, I could get to work torquing up the swing arm pivot nut. I tried to do the same with the lock nut, but I couldn't get the angle very easily, especially whilst trying to hold the frame from lifting up. So I'll have to wait until I got the engine back in to weigh it down. So for now, I put the skylift pins back in the swing arm bolt and transferred the stand onto that. I tightened up the mounting bolts for the subframe, but before I could do the linkage bolts, I needed a helper.
That top one?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, right. No. There we go. Now.
Is it gonna click like click?
That's it. There it is. And then the last one. There we go. So that is that all tightened up.
Quality bonding time.
Done?
Yeah.
I put the rubber grommet back in the frame, which I'd given a good clean. Then it's finally the dreaded task of removing that inner race from the steering head, which actually came off okay, much nicer than others I've done. First up, I gave it a clean in the parts washer, then I removed the clamp bolts, taped up the surface where the bearing sits, and then used some paint stripper to remove the clear coat to avoid it clogging up the gun in my blasting cabinet. After some time in the freezer, and having heated the bearing, I dropped the bottom seal on and then the new bearing onto the shaft. I had some aluminium tubing that fit perfectly over the inner race, so I used the hammer to drive it on. This table was not ideal, so I took it to the floor. With the bearing on, I packed it with grease and then I took it over to the frame. I fed the stem up through the frame, fitted the top bearing, followed by the O-ring, then the brand new top seal, and finally the nut, being sure to fit it the right way around with the flange facing down to mate with the top seal. Finally, I gave the top yoke a clean up in the parts washer, and it actually came out really nice, so I lined that up on the stem, and fitted the washer and the nut. So that's a few more bits ticked off. I'm now ready to make a start on the suspension. In the next video, I'm going to try my hand at servicing the rear shock. I'll see you then.